Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing today? What's going on, everybody? I
You
always
know,
want to,
every week we ask those questions like they're going to respond to us live.
right? Yeah. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh man, I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good.
I'm having
Everything's
a
rolling right along, and I'm happy. Getting amped up for busy season because it's coming and it's coming fast. We had
yeah,
that we had that one slow day where we didn't get any calls, and it was a one and done. So
yeah. I
uh,
remember you telling me about that. You were sweating a little bit. You're
I
like,
was, man. I mean,
hopefully that never happened.
we never had that before, so it was a little scary. It was like zero calls. Like, what are we gonna do? And then, of course, next few days we were right back at it. So I actually got to spend some time with Austin. I rode with Austin for a day. Went out on a few things that I don't get to see very often. I went out on a trash compactor, which we work on, but we very rarely see. So that was pretty interesting. I've worked on maybe, I don't know, maybe five trash compactors in my career, and then also a standalone ice machine. I don't get to see those very often. Austin gets all those because he's the master. So it's pretty cool to see those units and just spend some time with Austin. We went out this week, and me and him took a day and went out to a local guy who does used appliance sales, and we bought up a ton of old direct drive washer and dryers, the double roller dryers and the direct drive washers. And we got a steal of a deal. The guy really hooked us up. So I was super excited about that. We got like almost 30 sets. So
Wow.
money in the bank. So good
It's not money
morning.
in the bank if you haven't sold them yet.
Yeah, that's true. But those direct drive, man,
It's money in
I
his
love
bank,
the
but not
direct
yours.
drives. I love the direct drives because I can sell that washer machine to a customer with confidence. When that customer comes in, I can say, look, this is a good machine. They still make parts for it. They're reasonable to repair. And, a lot of these newer machines, unfortunately, I can't say that about. I can say they're pretty, they look nice, but I can't tell you they're going to last because they're not. But the old faithful direct drive,
Yeah, it's no different than cars, right?
yeah, exactly.
Everything's built to be thrown away these days. I don't care
Yeah.
what it is.
And the sad part about it is, you know, my partner said this all the time when he was training me. The quality of these appliances does not reflect the price that these manufacturers are charging. They're
Right.
charging quality price, but giving piss poor quality products. So, um, job security for us because when these people spend $2,000-3,000 on a refrigerator, they're more likely to pay to get it fixed. So
That's what happens when you outsource to China.
yeah, this is true.
It's that simple.
Very true. Well, we got a bunch of people checking in. Jones Vlogging Network. I think I saw this one last week. Thank you for joining us again. We appreciate you. Hope you're having a good morning, sir, or ma'am, or whatever you are. Adam, nice to see you, brother. Yes, baby. Do I have a pen? Yep, I got a pen. Hang on one second. Sorry, y'all. Nice to see you, Adam. Joe, good morning, brother. Good to see you. Um, Jones Vlogging Network says I have rebuilt hundreds of ice machines. Yeah, I haven't ever rebuilt an ice machine. My partner has, but I haven't. Um, yeah, Speed Queen washer all day. That's all we recommend. Um, best washer out there. When I worked for any factory service, I would rebuild two per week for years.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey,
Hey
Dan.
there, Dan. Good to see you, sir. How are you? Nice to see you. Well, let's get this thing prayed up, and I'm gonna read a psalm, and then we'll get into this topic of um, expand or making. What is it? Making the most out of your service call. I can't remember the line you used.
Increase revenue without expanding your service business.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's a great topic.
It's
Great
good that
topic.
you know the topic.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, I'll open us in prayer.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna take some time because we have a member who's going through some stuff, and I talked to him earlier this week. I'm not going to mention his name, but he faithfully watches us, and um, he's having a real hard time. His newborn baby was in the hospital for 4 months, and um, got the baby out. Things started going good, and then his 8-year-old son ended up in the hospital for the past couple weeks. So
Mm,
he's been going through a lot with his family and everything, and I just want to lift him up real quick. So, dear
absolutely.
Heavenly Father, I'd like to lift this gentleman up to you and pray for his family, and as well as others out there that are going through anything similar with their families. Um, lift all their struggles up to you, and whatever anyone is going through, please know that the Lord is near you. And Jesus, please keep them close to you, keep them close to your heart. Have your hands and arms wrapped around them and in love, and keep them faithful to you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, brother.
It's
Yeah, you
always good.
never know what people are going through, man. It's true. I pray that everything gets better for that fella.
Yeah. Yeah. He's seemed to be doing okay. He's just been going through a lot. So I talked to him earlier this week, and you never know what somebody else is going through, you know. And he he kind of was surprised that I called and cared, because we're on the business end of things, and just because you're on the business end of things and you're a business acquaintance doesn't mean, or that they're a customer of yours, doesn't mean that you can't care for your customers. And I'm a true believer of that. So you
Absolutely.
show compassion to your customers. You don't know what your customers are going through at any given time when you're dealing with them, and you know having some empathy and compassion for them goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
well,
they need it.
absolutely. Well, it goes back to what I say all the time that my partner taught me when I first started: be a decent human being first, and a businessman second.
Yeah.
Never let the business dictate everything. You have morals, you have a moral compass, and just be a good person, man. God will bless you if you do that. You know, we're talking about increasing your revenue without expanding your service business and growing it. Um, from a standpoint of faith, just running your business with integrity and doing the right thing, and treating your customers with compassion and care, God's gonna bless your business. He's gonna guide you and help you. And I mean, it's so true. And treat people the way you want to be treated. I found this psalm. I'm gonna read it real quick. It's only 10 verses, so bear with me. And I'm just gonna read it. Psalm 112. It's pretty uh, short psalm. It's only 10 verses, but it's very powerful, I believe. Um, it says, "Praise the Lord! How joyful are those who fear the Lord and delight in obeying His commands. Their children will be successful everywhere. An entire generation of godly people will be blessed. They themselves will be wealthy, and their good deeds will last forever. Light shines in the darkness for the godly. They are generous, compassionate, and righteous. Good comes to those who lend money generously and conduct their business fairly. Such people will not be overcome by evil. Those who are righteous will be long remembered. They do not fear bad news. They confidently trust the Lord to care for them. They are confident and fearless and can face their foes triumphantly. They share freely and give generously to those in need. Their good deeds will be remembered forever. They will have influence and honor. The wicked will see this and be infuriated. They will grind their teeth in anger. They will slink away, their hopes thwarted. So, verse 5 really stuck out to me. That was like the key verse that I saw. But the whole psalm was so good, I just wanted to read it. It was as I was reading it, I was doing some self reflection. Like, do I fit into this description that this person's talking about? And to be honest, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, in some ways, yes, in some ways, no. I still got a lot to work on. But verse 5 says, good comes to those who lend money generously and conduct their business fairly. Um, we're always talking about running your business fairly, running your business with integrity and doing the right thing. And just like we were talking about before, if you do that, I truly believe that you're going to be blessed for it. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to, do everything perfect every time. You're not always going to make the right decision. Um, but just like Dr. Dan says here, true wealth is more than money. God will bless you in ways you can't even think of. It might not always be monetary. We all go through financial struggles. I know I do. But at the end of the day, somebody said I sound distorted.
You need a Yeti Blue mic. That's what I got.
The funny thing is I have a mic and I never use it. So I apologize about that, Jones Vlogging Network. I'll try to find my mic next grind and hook it up and see if that helps any. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. You do the right thing. You run your business with integrity and the way you should be living your life. And I truly think that God's going to bless it. And that last verse really hits home too, because those that aren't will see it and they're going to be like, man, this guy's doing the right thing. We all have those people that aren't running their business right in our areas, or people that we know through, whether it be through the community or whatever, the shady ones, as I like to call them. So let me pull up my notes too.
Shady Grady and a Chuck in a truck.
Yep. Oh, there you go. Thank you, buddy.
Yep.
My son heard me and he brought my mic. Let's see if this helps any.
I'm the only mic you need.
Hello.
Oh,
Does that help any?
Oh, there you go.
Does
that sounds better.
Okay, good.
A little bit.
Okay. You ask and you receive, Jones Vlogging. We got this. Sound all right? Mic check. 1 2 1 2. All right.
Mic's checking out good. On my end, anyway.
Let me make sure it's actually working. Yep, it is. Microphone is hooked up, so hopefully that sounds better. Sorry about that, guys.
The joy of doing a live stream.
Yeah. Yeah. And getting into this topic, Mike, we talk a lot about expanding your business and growing your business and hiring techs. And I think that this topic we're going to touch on this morning is important, because when you're a one-man show, it is important that you find out the ways to increase your revenue, to increase your profits as much as possible before you start growing. Because growing is great, but you got to be ready to do it. And there's a lot of things you can do to increase your revenue while you're still that one-man show. out there, trucking along, running all the calls, being the back office person, being everything. One of the things that I talked to Mike about yesterday is what we call upselling. Now, I personally hate the term upselling. For some reason, it just sounds shady to me. I know it's not shady when done in the right heart condition in the right way, but it just sounds shady. So I'm going to call it add-ons. When you're out there in that customer's home and you're already there, they're paying their service fee, you fix their dryer or you fix their washer or whatever. What are some things you can do? And I'd like to hear y'all's opinion too. What are some things you can do while you're at the house to get the most out of that call? Now,
I want to address something real quick that before you get into this list, I want to address what you just said. You said that you don't like calling them upsells because it you might feel like you're taking advantage of somebody, right? You need to understand that is not ever the case. If you're offering something that they don't absolutely need, then in that case, that's wrong.
right.
But if you're offering something that is a benefit to them and that they truly could use, then there's no reason that you should feel bad about approaching that customer and offering any type of upsells or add-ons, no matter what you call it.
That's a really good point. Because I was actually about to say something right in line with that. Like it is a good thing as long as you are offering something to that customer that they actually need. And it's actually going to increase your profits, and it's going to make you look better because you actually care. A lot of these shotgunners that just go in there and bang it out and don't take the time to inspect the entire unit and see what else might be wrong with it or might need to be addressed. You're leaving money on the table, and most importantly, you're not taking good care of that customer. If you go in there and it's a no heat dryer and you just change that element out and you don't inspect the rollers and you don't inspect the idler pulley and you don't pull that blower wheel ducting apart and clean it out, or at least show the customer, hey, this needs to be cleaned, you're really doing a disservice to yourself and a disservice to your customer. Hang on, Mike, give me 1 second. I got one of my guys texting me.
I mean, if you're working on a fridge and the condenser needs to be cleaned, you can charge extra for that. I mean, it doesn't take long to do. I mean, most of these things don't take long to do. So let me ask you a question. If I told you I could put $12,500 in your pocket at the end of the year, what would you say? And you wouldn't have to barely do anything extra at all.
Give it to me.
Yeah, give it to me. All right. So if you're running 5 calls a day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, say you got a week's vacation, maybe a week, that you've got set aside for conferences, whatever. So say you got a 50-week work year, $10 profit on every single job extra from an add-on or upsell. If you just made $10 profit on any upsell and you did that 5 times a day, 5 service calls a day, 5 days a week for 50 weeks, that would equate to an additional $12,500 in your pocket.
Yep. And the average upsell is considerably more than $10. So right. You nailed it. That's a very conservative number, and it's a great illustration because You're leaving money on the table if you're not doing this. If you're a one-man show, first and foremost, let's address this. You need to be charging. If you're a professional, you need to be charging professional prices. That's the number one. But secondly, if you're not doing these upsells, if you're not selling that maintenance kit, if you're just going in and changing out the one roller and not upselling that maintenance kit, when you know good and well that it should be done, it's simple. Just make the extra money, like an extra $30, $40 profit, and let the customer know it's only a little bit extra. We do the Samsung canisters on the heating element. It comes with the entire canister, the element, both thermal fuses. That's an upsell. I could sell them just the element if I wanted to, but I make more money when I sell that entire canister. I get more profit into my business when I sell that entire canister. That's a really great point.
Now, TK, when you go in and you're talking upsells, are you only looking at what you're working on, or do you offer, if you're working on a washer, dryer, laundry set or something, and you're looking at, okay, dryer vent cleaning, the new vent hose or whatever it is, some small little easy things to take care of. Are you also talking to them about, hey, I can clean your condenser coils while I'm here on your fridge, or anything like that, or I could change your water filter out. I got one in the truck.
Absolutely.
Things like that.
Not as much with the water filters. We don't. There's so many water filters. It's hard to stock. But absolutely, before I leave the job, I'm asking the customer. First of all, I'm letting them know that we offer maintenance on all appliances. We have packages that you can purchase. Where we'll come in once a year and we will maintenance all of your appliances. And those of you guys that do appliance repair and know, it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long to pull a fridge out and clean the condenser. It doesn't take that long to clean a dishwasher, sump filter, and a lot of it when it comes to these maintenance package is customer education. And that is adding value to your service call. So you're getting more money. You're educating your customer as you go. You're giving them these little nuggets. What kind of detergent are you using? Are you using Rinse-Aid? Do you run your hot water at the sink before you start your dishwasher? There's a little controversy on that one. I still tell people to do it, but absolutely. If I'm in there, and the big thing, and I put this in my little notes that I did for this topic, the big thing is talking to the customer, asking them, say, hey, how's everything else working? You'll be surprised how many times you'll be in there and the customer will say, oh, well, I didn't think about adding this to the ticket, but this shelf on my refrigerator has been broken for 3 years and it just drives me crazy. That's easy money. You can have that part shipped. You can order that part, ship it right to the customer's house. You don't even got to come back. You don't even got to tie up another service call. This is how I handle that issue. I'll tell the customer, I'll say, ma'am, I could come back and put this on for you, but I don't want to charge you the labor to come back and put a shelf on. You can do that yourself. I'll just charge you for the part and have it shipped to your house. I'm charging her more for the part. I mean, I'm hoping you guys are charging more on parts. I hope you're not selling the customer the part, what you're paying for the part. Because if you are, let me know if you're doing that, because we had to have a whole different conversation. But I'm making money on that part. I'm marking that part up. And at the end of the day, I'm going to make some profit. And all I have to do is send the order over to my parts manager, and she's going to have it shipped to the customer's house. 5 seconds, and I'll make 40, 20, 40, 50 bucks, depending on the part. I sold a lady a snack drawer for an old GE refrigerator. This drawer, it was an old one. I didn't think she was going to buy it. $175 for this drawer. And I was like, there's no way this lady's going to want this drawer. And I was like, ma'am, it's $175. I can order it for you. My cost on that drawer was like 108, 10 something like that. So I made $67, and all I did was order the part. It's easy. So if you're not doing these things, I made a list. I highly recommend you start doing them. I'm just going to read my list off, Mike, just to get it out of the way. Obviously dryer vent cleaning. Now, not every company is going to do second floor and rooftop dryer vent cleanings. My company doesn't, but if you're on the first floor and you're hard piped underneath your house, I'll clean your dryer vent. Easy, extra money. And that can be reoccurring money if you sell it properly. If you sell that dryer vent properly, say, man, this should be done once a year or every other year, however you see fit. That can be reoccurring income for you. When you're in the appliance looking for other defective parts or worn parts, just because a part hasn't presented itself as an issue doesn't mean while you're in there you can't say, oh, this roller is starting to wear down. You know, you see that black dust underneath that roller, you know it's starting to wear down. Just go ahead and let them know and replace it. And keep those maintenance kits on stock. If you're not stocking those Samsung and Whirlpool maintenance kits, then you need to. Inline filters. So, you know, every customer complains about how expensive filters are. Just about every manufacturer makes a bypass for their filter. Bobby Howard was talking to me about this at ASTI this year. And one of the things he said he's big on is selling the inline filters that go behind your fridge. They last longer, they're cheaper, and you can charge a decent amount. And it's good for the customer because in the long run, that customer is going to save money on filters. Filters are like $50, $60 a piece. You can get these charcoal inline filters, which are actually better filters, in my opinion. And you can get them for like $6 to $10. Put those in behind the fridge in between their water line. And it's a win-win for everybody. You know, charge them whatever you want to charge them, 125, 150, whatever. And it's easy money. So inline filters, maintenance packages. I need to ask everybody this question. Do you have a maintenance package that you can offer to your customers that's written and typed up that you could send to them and it details your maintenance package? If you don't have one, you should make one. If you don't know where to start, just think about what you would do and type it out. I'm pretty sure we have one on the servicealliancegroup.com. I'm fairly certain. If not, we need to upload one ASAP. Steel braided lines. Steel braided lines are an easy upsell. You're putting that valve on that washer. You're replacing that valve on that fridge or that dishwasher. You notice they have plastic or they have copper. So upsell them on a stainless steel line. A lot of homeowners insurance will not cover a flood if they do not have stainless steel lines to their appliance. So if that plastic pipe bursts or if that copper starts to leak and it floods their kitchen or their laundry room or whatever, a lot of homeowners insurance companies will not cover that claim unless they have stainless steel lines. And you can tell them that. Say, hey, look into your homeowners insurance. A lot of them will not cover it. So there's another one. Flood sensors. I do not do this. I actually have flood sensors on my truck that I was going to get into selling. I haven't gotten the flow of it with the customer. I sold like 2 or 3 when I first got them. But flood sensors can be an upsell. You know, drop that flood sensor. And they have some fancy Bluetooth flood sensors where it can connect to your phone and they could literally be in the other side of the world. And if there's a flood at their house, it'll notify them. Put one under their dishwasher, put one behind their washer machine, put one behind their refrigerator, put one behind, next to their hot water heater. All kinds of different things that you can do. Water heater maintenance plan. That one wasn't for me, so I don't know. That must be you, Mike. Is that you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys do some HVAC and plumbing crossover. So, dealing with furnaces, just changing like the furnace filters. You could do a monthly thing where they automatically get a furnace filter in the mail. Simple. And they don't have to go and buy it. Sometimes it's easy to do that. I mean, Amazon offers that type of service. So you could even use that as part of it, and just hands off, be done with it.
That's 100% sure. Let's address this comment real quick, because Paul touched on something really good here, and I agree with this comment 100%. Cleaning a condenser when you're repairing the fridge, you don't need to charge for that. If you're already working on that refrigerator, and this goes back to doing the right thing. Every single refrigerator that I work on, I clean the condenser. And let me say this. There's a time to upsell, and there's a time to just do the right thing. If something takes you a few minutes and you're already right next to it, and all you got to do is grab your coil brush and clean it off, just do it. Because you know why? That 20, 30 bucks you might have made is nothing compared to that happy customer that's going to tell all their friends. When you go above and beyond on these calls, you want to expand your business or increase your revenue as a one-man show, be like Paul here. Do those little extras and throw them in. There's a time to charge, and you have to use discernment on this. There's a time to charge, and there's a time to say, hey, man, you know what? While I'm back here, I'm going to go ahead and clean your condenser. I'm going to check your compressor. I'm going to check your fans, make sure everything's working properly. And the customer is going to see that, and they are going to tell their friends. They're going to tell their Facebook community. They're going to go online and leave you a raving review saying, Paul came out. He was wonderful. I was having an issue with my water valve on my fridge. Not only did he fix the water valve, but while he was back there, he cleaned my condenser. He wiped up behind the fridge. When you pull a refrigerator out, do you wipe behind it, or do you just leave the nasty mess? Me personally, I don't like kneeling down behind a refrigerator that's filthy. I clean it before I get back there. I pull the fridge out. I put my sliders down. I protect their floor. I pull their fridge out. And the first thing I ask, I say, ma'am, can I borrow your broom so I can sweep back here before I get started? And they're always like, oh, no, don't worry about that. I guess, oh, no, ma'am, I don't mind doing it. Let me just do it real quick. Or they'll grab their vacuum, grab their Swifter or whatever it's called, and you just hit it real quick. And those little things, you're not upselling anything. You're doing it for free. Those little things are going to help you to expand your business as a one-man show too. Because at the end of the day, that customer is going to see that, and they're going to rave about you. They're going to rave about you on Google. They're going to rave about you on Facebook. They're going to rave about you to their friends at work when they ask this question or that question about appliance repair. Great point, Paul. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of prattled a little bit there, Mike.
That's all right. We're pretty much out of time anyway.
We're past time, man. I'm an 8:30 guy.
Yeah.
These guys rolling grinds until 9 o'clock. I got stuff to do, man.
We got a meeting here coming up here in a little bit that you and I have to get to anyway. So
and I have like 6 fires to put out before then.
Yeah. I'm going to buy you a fireman's hat.
Dude, I think that would be awesome. Yeah. A fireman. That's
every girl loves a man in uniform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just put the hat on and you can call it a uniform.
There you go. The fireman. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. Go out there and make some customers happy today. Go out there and run your business with integrity. Go out there and treat people right. Make the most out of those service calls. And don't forget that every service call is an marketing opportunity. You are there to expand your business and have that customer rave about you. So however you need to do that, do it. Charge those professional rates, treat those customers right. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, I do believe.
Yeah.
Mike, you'll see them next week. Next week starts a new schedule, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I'll be on Tuesdays. And for now, with still with TK.
Thoughts?
I got for one. Now. I am going to pop it up real quick, but let's see. I got to find it. Where's our code that we had?
Oh yeah, pop her up.
Oh, there it is. Springtime 2023. Get $100 off our all access membership. If you've been wanting to jump in on that, get access to the SOPs, courses, events, more professional stuff. Springtime
vendor programs.
Save you $100 on our all access membership. So that's all I got. That's all I need to
promote. So, there we go.
All right.
If you have any questions, hit us up. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.
All right. See you later.